Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about Jahleel Addae. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. So many people have pronounced it in so many different ways, so I'm not sure what's correct and what's not correct. I wanted to really talk about this on my YouTube channel and really bring light to it. I also want to talk about his fiance, but not too much because I feel like she's being held more accountable than him, and I really don't like that narrative. Toasting to more light-skinned kids. Let's go ahead and look at this video.
Cheers. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really, cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really know. Cheers to our race. Cheers. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really, cheers to more light-skinned kids. Really know.
So she put this on her Snapchat. I don't know if it was her Snapchat or her Instagram story, but she felt comfortable enough to post that, toasting to more light-skinned kids. And it was highly disgusting just because there were black men and there were white women. And you know, I have this thing where I know the difference between, I love Caucasians, but I cannot stand a racist. When it comes to racism, it comes in so many different forms. Reverse racism is a thing, so I don't really want to get into race, but at the end of the day, this is just no different than self-hate. This is a person, this is a man who has a lot of self-hate. And it's crazy because you see these black men sitting at this table toasting to what she is saying or what's being said, and it's basically bashing your own people. You know, it's bashing your mom, your dad, your cousins, your aunts. Like, it's bashing the people in your family. It's like, how can you sit there and basically be an Uncle Tom, you know? And people are putting so much focus on his fiance, but she felt comfortable enough to do something and to say something like that and to post something like that via social media because he condones it. She is getting it from him. So it's like, you can't really be mad at her because she lacks the education. I feel like we should put more energy towards him and Jahleel in his choices and how he has a lot of self-hate. This is how black women feel, or this is how black women view black men who are like this. Like, when we go out and we see a black man with a white woman, we automatically think of a Jahleel. We're not thinking of, oh, he's with her because they fell in love and she just happens to be a different race. We automatically assume that it's a Jahleel, and this is why black women are so upset when it comes to black men dating outside their race. Like, it's coming from hate. It's coming from pure hatred. So we feel some type of way, we do. And then another argument I would like to make, when it comes to women who tend to date outside of their race, they are never comfortable with publicly self-hating on black men. But when it comes to black men, they are so publicly comfortable with self-hating on black women. Why is that? And I've noticed that. You have Kevin Hart, Jahleel, you have Derrick Rose. You literally have men, black men, who have a lot of hate for black women. And Meek Mills could be another one. And they are publicly comfortable with displaying it. They're publicly comfortable with talking about it. But when it comes to Serena Williams and other A-list celebrities, you don't see them feeling so comfortable with publicly self-hating if it's a thing. Like, I don't think Serena Williams is with the guy that she's with because she's self-hating. I think she just fell in love with this man and he happens to be white. So I noticed that, like, black men are so comfortable with publicly self-hating. And it's insane to me. The reason why I feel like black women are upset, and honestly the whole black community should be upset, because this affects the black community. It's another way to keep us against one another. And colorism lives through black people today. It doesn't live through, I don't want to say it lives through white people, but it's more, I feel like it's a bigger issue when you step into the black community versus when you step into just society as a whole. When you generalize society, I feel like it's a bigger issue within the black community and other brown communities as a whole. Like, it's an issue within those communities. So it's an enslaved mentality that's passed down from generations to generations, and it's really, really sad. It's like we're still oppressed because of generational things that haven't been addressed, and the self-hate continues, and it's passed down from generations to generations. Also, this is another way to keep black women against white women, like this whole black woman versus white woman. You have that issue, and this just keeps us against each other. It's just another form of putting a black woman up against a white woman. And also, you kind of have to look at someone like Jahleel and many other black men. What are you teaching your kids? Like, what are you teaching your kids? I wouldn't feel comfortable with my kid hanging around someone like Jahleel's kids, because it's like, what are you teaching them exactly? Another thing that I wanted to bring to the forefront, this type of behavior and this way of thinking moving forward, this runs the risk of black skin no longer being the face for black men, because it stems from self-hate. I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, how do you feel about that? Like, think generations ahead. Black skin will no longer be the face for black men. Like, that sounds crazy to me. And so many people are okay with it because they have so much self-hate, and it's insane to me. So I created my Divine Feminine Energy series because dark skin is being masculated by society, and people actually believe light skin is feminine, dark skin is masculine. And I was watching Chrissy's video here on YouTube, and she made a great point. She was saying that a lot of times black men like Jahleel want their daughter to be light skinned and they want their son to be dark skinned. Lance, I believe, I don't know his last name, but he came out and said something that was very controversial when it came to the fact that his son was dark skinned and his daughter was light skinned, and he just felt so blessed. He was basically praising the fact that his son looked like him and that his daughter was light skinned. Honestly, you guys, when it comes down to these type of topics and discussions, it's just really, really sad. And I don't want to say all black men are a disappointment, but black men like Jahleel are a disappointment, just because the self-hate is rooted so deeply. Like, how do you look at yourself in the mirror every day and secretly hate who you are internally? It's just crazy to me. And then the fact that your fiance is white and she's condoning that type of behavior. Like, she is basically supporting the fact that you have self-hate for yourself. Is that truly love? Is that real love that she's giving you? Or is she giving you that type of love because of the mindset that you have, which is internal hatred? These are things that I ask myself when I see men like Jahleel. It's kind of like, well, would she be with you if you didn't have this mindset? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. So honestly, I feel like, this is another sunken place, a black man being in the sunken place, and it's just really sad to see. Toasting to more light-skinned kids, it just means that, a dark-skinned child is of less value. Like, they're not as valuable when it comes to, or when it's compared, or when they are compared to light-skinned children. So it's highly disgusting. And with me being a black woman and seeing that, and yes, I'm considered to be light skinned, but I could very well marry a dark skinned man, and I'm not going to pass this light skin is better message down to my kids, or just basically promote that. I think it's just disgusting. So comment down below. I want to hear your opinions on this topic. How do you feel? Do you feel like men like Jahleel are internally hating themselves because they were taught that by someone within their family, or maybe they were treated some sort of way, and so they feel that by having light-skinned kids, it's a way of protecting them in a sense? Comment down below. And also, do you feel that his wife or his fiance would be so in love with him if he didn't have this mindset? Like, if he didn't internally hate himself? Comment down below. I want your opinion on this topic. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!